Hello, everybody, and welcome into another edition of Inside Cornerstone, your weekly look at everything going on at our church here in Alexander City, Cornerstone First Global Methodist, and Coach Billy Coleman right here beside me,
Hey,
as
Brett,
always.
good to see you,
Do that
man.
right there again. There you go.
Yeah,
One more time.
I like
Hey,
that.
glad to see everybody, and glad that you joined us out there, wherever it is that you might be tuning us in. And, man, we've had a great several past weeks here at our church, and Palm Sunday, and then Easter Sunday, and then this past Sunday we had Jacob's Ladder Sunday.
Did we ever?
It's just been one after another. What we got on tap this week, Coach?
I don't know. It's interesting. Can I at least say what the title of the sermon is?
Please, you've been about to explode to tell everybody what this is. So go ahead.
Choosing your NIL.
Choosing your NIL. You know, I can relate to that.
I know the football fans will get
just
it.
literally got off a sports show where I talk about that like ad nauseum, and then I come on here and we're talking more about NIL.
Well, we're not going to talk about it much because I need to wait till Sunday.
You want to wait? You don't want to give it all away.
That's
right. We got plenty to talk about, though. So
there's plenty to talk about.
That's why we're here. Again, this past Sunday was Jacob's Ladder Sunday. I want to use this first segment to talk about how important Jacob's Ladder is.
That'd be great.
To our church, and not just to the church, but to the community. Jacob's Ladder has been around a long time. I've served on the board on a couple of different terms, and I was actually president of the board one time through a tough stretch. We were losing we lost a very good director, and then we had somebody come in. This was prior to me getting on the board, and the program, I'll just be honest with you, kind of fell off a little bit, and things weren't going in the right direction. And I came on the board, and through the board and through the leadership and through God's work, we were able to get that program turned around and hired Kim McAllister, and man, the program exploded and it took off, and it was at its height. And we've kind of been rocking and rolling since then. And Kim had retired and moved on, and we've had some other directors. I know Ellen just recently said that she's going to step down, and
she got a really good opportunity. I got to be one of the first to talk to her about
it. She told me that about that Sunday.
It's good. It's kind of a part-time and checks all the boxes for her, and I'm really proud for her. We'll certainly miss her, but she's going to stick around during the transition and all.
Right.
And Ellen and I go pretty far back into public education.
Right.
Yeah.
She's great to have, and she's been an asset, and I know we'll find a great person to take her place.
Yes.
And
I believe that.
Looking forward to that. But anyway, just kind of giving you the lineage of that, and this program has meant so much to so many people in this community and surrounding communities. There's so many children that have come through. Both of mine went through Jacob's Ladder. My wife started as a teacher in Jacob's Ladder right out of college before she started working in the school system. And, it just is a special place, and so many special people have been part of it throughout the years. So looking forward to the future of that program, and that's what Jacob's Ladder Sunday is all about every year, is highlighting our kids. And it was so good to see the families and the parents of all the children from other churches that come in and to celebrate.
Yeah.
Just kind of talk about the Jacob's Ladder program, Coach.
Well, it's an honor to be able to be a part of that, because as the pastor, I'm not really involved in the decision-making day in, day out decisions, but I get to go in there, and I hope I have time later on in the show to tell you a story. I do a sanctuary where all the children come into the sanctuary, and we do skits. And I'm going to tell you something. There's sometimes we lay down and laugh. Kids are just so beautiful to work with, and they'll tell you anything, and they'll stick their tongue out at you, and then they'll hug your neck. And it's just Jacob's Ladder is tremendous. First off, it's a Christian school, and one of the things, Brett, I don't know how we talk about it, but schools like Jacob's Ladder become challenged as the public school begins to lower down to the earlier grades and years, the kids to get a free education. It's hard to compete with the public school system when theirs is for free.
That's right.
But you get this Christian backdrop of everything that they're doing in the music and all the things that Jacob's Ladder does. It's a wonderful program. But you know what I mean? The ages now they're paying for 4-year-olds, and used to you could take those Christian schools and it was just preschool.
Right.
Now it's gravitating a little bit more towards a daycare center because it's hard to compete with the free education you get in the public schools. And I was public schools all my life.
Right.
But Shereen and I actually co-principaled a school just like Jacob's Ladder, except it went through the 6th grade up in Coleman when we retired for a year to try to help get their enrollment up.
Right.
So I think it's fantastic. I love it because you can talk about Jesus and nobody's going to jump on you for doing it.
Isn't that a blessing?
It is. It's a great blessing.
I guess you and I both are products of public schools and our careers in public schools, and then I was at the college level, but my parents were obviously in public schools. My wife still is, and they mean a lot. But you're right. I think public schools have to adhere to laws and things that we've started to see over the last 25 years, a shift away from God being involved in the schools and having to toe the lines. Nobody knows that more than you with the battles you fought up in Coleman with certain groups that came in and tried to force their hand on certain things. But I think that's such I want to say relief. Relief's not the word I'm looking for. Such a
blessing.
Well, blessing, for parents to know where their kids are in an environment where they're not only getting educated. I mean, they're being educated on very important things, but the interjection of Christ into that education is massive. And especially at such a young age.
I agree. And I think one of the biggest parts of that service we have, of course, the kids get up and sing, and we recognize those teachers. They're fantastic. And but it's good for the parents to come and meet the church, so to speak.
Right.
Some of them come to Cornerstone, but many of them don't. We're certainly not trying to pull them from their churches, but they need to know that when they come to Jacob's Ladder, that they see the people that are working with their child and that Christ is being lifted up. And I think for someone that puts their child in Jacob's Ladder, they want Christ to be taught.
Absolutely.
And they want him to be lifted up, and that's what we do. And we give them the comfort and assurance that is exactly what we're doing. I go down there every now and then real early, and I'll catch those parents when they're coming in with their kids, and some of them are screaming and some of them are laughing. But, meeting them, trying to get to know them, we want them to know that that's a safe place and that their child's going to be looked after, taught a good education, and going to be taught a biblical part of the curriculum.
That's huge.
It is.
It's been a staple of this community for a long time. I don't know the exact time that program was born in our church, but it has been a mainstay here.
It's highly respected.
It is.
In our community.
It's just got a great reputation, and very evident of that again on Sunday when we had all the kids there, and you were able to see how. I mean, again, it was just full. If not maybe even more full than it was on Easter.
It was packed.
So
absolutely. You couldn't even keep. I don't know. It's hard to count when there's just people everywhere going in and out of doors and stuff.
It's just a lot of stuff going on, a lot of noise.
It was.
But it's a good thing, and again, having Ellen there, we wish her nothing but the best. Moving forward, I did get a chance to catch up with her Sunday after the service, and she was sharing some things with me and all about what she's got going on, and again, it's a great opportunity, like you said, and then she wanted to make a point that, hey, look, I'm not going anywhere, I'm staying and being part of this transition and all that. So it was good. So, but we're gonna take a break, and we can come back, Coach. We'll kind of recap.
I'll tell my Jacob's Ladder story.
I'm gonna tell you Jacob's Ladder. I think you told it last week. You did tell it. You previewed it.
Then I'll tell it.
Yeah, because I heard when I knew it when I was.
Was it about Moses?
Yeah, you told that last week.
Well, I'll tell another one then. I got.
I was gonna. You told the one about Moses. You told the one about the eggs. You know, them stealing you wanting to steal the eggs and stuff. So
just forget it, Brett. We'll go in a different direction.
You know, or we could have just replayed last week's show.
Well,
I mean, it doesn't matter to me. I mean,
that's pretty sad though that I can't even recall that.
Well, when I felt privileged sitting in the audience because you started telling that story. I looked at Kim. I said, I already know how this story ends.
Isn't it nice to know something before it happens?
I knew where it was going. I was
going
to say, hey, I'm about to find out if he tells the same story or not.
Well, let me work on it.
All right, you may come up with something else when we come back. Stay tuned. More to come after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau tri-tunes, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com, today.
Hey, everybody, I'm Brett.
Billy?
And I'm Matt.
And we want you to join us each week for Inside Cornerstone. Coach, Matt, excited to have this show on every single day throughout the week leading up to Sunday.
Jesus Christ is going to be glorified in everything we do. You won't just be listening to messages. You're going to be hearing about things going on at our church.
And make sure you join us at our worship services 9 and 11 o'clock.
Join us each week right here on Inside Cornerstone on WAXC TV.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting criminal charges, Eric Blythe is here for you.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Cornerstone. Or is it last week or this week? I don't know which one it is. Hey, you can tell.
Maybe this is next week.
You know I'm not going to ever stop you from telling whatever story.
Well,
if you want to tell it for the 110th time, you can.
You should, because the two people out there that are watching this show, they're going to know what I said. So, no.
And neither one of those two people are our wives, by the way. So
Well
anyway,
said.
But anyway, we like to laugh and cut up. There's nothing wrong with that.
My goodness,
Hey,
yes.
I think last Sunday is a revitalizing Sunday for a lot of people. You know, you get the kids up there. They're saying, if you've watched this show at all over the last year, to me, the common denominator that you would see is how our attention and our focus is on our youth and our children. And I don't mind us talking about them every week if that were good with you, because they're the future. They're the ones. You brought something in your message Sunday, and I think everybody needs to be aware is there's an assault on our kids. You know, it's so important that what they learn and what they're exposed to and what they have at their disposal is Christ centered and based. And you know, there's so many things out there in the world that pull them away from that. But you say it better than I do. I mean, I'm not trying to steal your thunder at all, but you basically said there's an assault on our kids, and it's our responsibility to take care of that.
There's definitely a war being fought, and the balance of that are our children. And I probably have said this before, but it was at least a year ago that I said this.
Really, it was really only about 3 weeks. No, anyway.
One of the books has it, but Satan wants to take our families away from us, and he always will come in the back door. He doesn't come in the front door. He comes in while we're away. And when we're off doing things that we think are, quote unquote, important in our life, and I'm not saying they're not, but things that take us away from spending time with our children, he loves that, because if we're away from our children, then the world can kind of come in and take advantage of that. And there is definitely that going on. I mean, no doubt about it. And we should be thankful and take all those children. I said Sunday, all those kids are going to make a little noise. And I said, well, I let them all make noise.
Exactly.
That's a good sound. I've talked to like several people in the last 2 weeks that have talked about, I love church, and said, we just don't have any kids. We don't have any children coming. And I said, well, that's tough, because we are so blessed at Cornerstone with all the children.
Man.
I hope later in maybe this show, if I didn't talk about last week, how we're going to start. We want to reach out to the college kids too, and from the Jacob's Ladder all the way through. And now David's going to start a college group on Sunday nights.
And I think I talked to Jody for a while Sunday after church too, and. He's got 2 boys, one in college and one in high school.
And those guys sit on the second row.
I know, every
and
Sunday.
Sit there just like this.
Well, but he was talking to me about Braden being at Auburn, and getting all of our college kids. It's hard. I mean, you and I've talked about this before. That's a hard group to target, not because they don't want to be there. It's because they're so spread out. I mean, you think about. We got kids at Troy. We got kids at Auburn. We got kids at Alabama. We got kids at Samford. We got kids at UAB. And if you're going to do something during the week, it's hard they can't come back. I mean, you got to find a time, and even on the weekends, they're so entrenched in things they've got going on. Like, I'll use Braden as an example. Braden works for Auburn Athletics, and right now they have baseball, softball going on every single weekend. In some form or fashion. They just had football. He works 7 days a week right now.
Right.
I mean, he's hard for him to break loose. But I definitely agreed with Jody. We gotta get some type of regular routine, and they don't have to be there every time. They can come in when they can to hear what they're being exposed to, and let them kind of share with us. Those of us that want to kind of take ownership and be involved with that college age group, kind of hear, the things that they're hearing and kind of help them along their path, because again, very vulnerable time for our kids when they take that step and they leave the house and they go off on their own to college. And for most of them, it's their first time being away. And,
They're vulnerable.
so they're vulnerable. I mean, so you can be exposed to all different kind of things, and you don't want them to ever lose. And you say this to the graduating seniors this past Sunday. It feels like this past Sunday when they were there, and now we're about to have another graduating
was
class.
it last week?
It may have been. It felt like it, but that's how fast the year goes by. We're about to have another graduation here in about a month. But you talk to them about looking at this crowd, and when you're off by yourself, you're never really that far away from anybody, and you're definitely not far away from Christ. He's always there, although sometimes you might be involved in some things that may seem that way.
Right.
But keeping your focus.
That's right.
And making sure that you know that you're not alone, that you need to call somebody. You need to be around somebody that is reinforcing to you, then you're just right around the corner.
And the scary part to me, too, to go along with that, Brett, is that when our kids go off to college, and college isn't for everybody, but a lot of our kids go off to college.
Right.
I hate to say this, and I may get jumped on for saying it. There's an agenda out there. I mean, there is an agenda that goes beyond the textbook.
No
I
doubt.
mean, you want to teach them a skill, you want to teach them information and knowledge and the capability to be able to do a job for the rest of their life. But there is also, and we're not talking about everybody, but there is an agenda to get inside that young person and to reshape their values and their beliefs. And I know this for a fact. I experienced this absolutely firsthand. And those kids come in and they respect those professors. And there's some great professors.
No, I know what you mean.
But there's also an agenda out there to pull our young people in a direction. I can't speak for all parents, but it is for this grandfather in a direction that I don't want them going. I don't want them going in that direction.
Well, it's easy to.
And that's scary.
Well, manipulation. And like you said, when you look up to somebody or an authority figure when you're away and somebody, and I'm using this as a hypothetical situation,
Of course.
says, hey, all that you've been taught your whole life, that's bunk,
Kick
right?
that out. Yeah.
You know that's here's the, and it's so quick and it can happen so fast that you can tear down what it's taken a lifetime to build up in a matter of a few minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And it's creating that doubt. And I think you've talked about that.
And you
too.
don't go home to your parents.
No, you go home.
You go home to your apartment.
Right.
Yeah,
and then
that's right.
and then you've allowed other people maybe to kind of interject some things, but that's what Satan does. You just mentioned he comes in the back door. He creates doubt.
Oh,
makes you want to think that the things that you've been taught are all wrong, and now you're being influenced by a whole group of other philosophies and thoughts and stuff like that. And again, some kids move way off and they maybe only see their families a couple of times a year at holidays. So you're talking months in between interactions one-on-one.
Exactly.
And they may come home and they may be a totally different person.
Yeah. What happened to my child? We don't talk to you. They don't want to talk to me anymore. What happened?
It happens.
It happens a lot.
And
does.
I've got some friends that have told me about that before that, have had kids, their kids move off and they come home and they have been
That's real.
totally, I hate to say it, brainwashed, into thinking about some type of other ideology other than what they had been taught their whole life. And again, it goes back to what we were saying, Coach, about the vulnerability of any of us, not just kids, but that is an extremely vulnerable time for 18, 19, and 20-year-olds because there's a lot happening in that time frame in your life too. You're trying to decide, career choices and who you want to be around, and maybe, contemplating, who you're going to be with and marry possibly one day, and Is this the right person? You just have a lot of things going on during those years of your life. And so,
and you can throw our seminaries into this discussion too.
Okay.
We're talking about colleges.
Right.
And, you know, I'm old enough now that I have a life that I don't care. I'll say it, and it doesn't matter what anybody says. But we got our young pastors going to seminaries, and we've got pastors coming back and filling pulpits and speaking to many people, including our young people, and being taught that there's no such thing as the resurrection. That
how can you be?
I know. You say, how do I know this?
Right.
I know this because I've talked to some of those young pastors that have been in those seminary classes where the miracles of Jesus are put down and the resurrection didn't really happen. And really, his crucifixion was no more than just he died. I mean, being taught to the people that stand in pulpits and are sharing the gospel message with people.
That's just unbelievable, to be honest with
And
you.
that's part of the agenda.
Oh,
It's in our religious institutions.
Create doubt about what you've been taught. And we see it on
doubt.
all the...
The Easter message, doubt.
That's right.
Dealing with our doubt.
I mentioned that just a minute ago. I said you talked about doubt and how big a part that is and what Satan tries to do to all of us. Makes you second guess yourself.
Yeah.
And that's his way in. So we're up against the break. We come back. We'll keep this discussion going. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com today.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
Welcome back, everyone, to Inside Cornerstone. I want to remind everybody, I haven't done that yet, you can catch up with us anytime through our Facebook page and our website. If you go to Facebook, you can find Cornerstone First Global Methodist Church in Alex City, and like our page. All of our past services are on there. You can go back and find them anywhere on there. All of our updates on things going on in the church are there. Also at our website at cornerstone-fgmc.org. If you're watching on TV or online, you can see it right there at the bottom of your screen. If you're listening to us on radio, there it is, cornerstone-fgmc.org.
I forgot we're on radio too.
We're on
aren't
radio, absolutely.
we? Wow.
Rocking and rolling out there in radio land.
I'm good with it.
So spreading the word, that's what we hope anyway. But, Coach, I want to go back to what we were talking about. We started talking about youth and our Jacob's Ladder Sunday, what a great service that was, and so many people there and the kids. And, then you kind of led into a group. You kind of led into a group that didn't get talked about, though. The college group. I mean, but it is hard. I'm going to go back to what we were saying. It is hard to nail that down. And how if you're dealing, we know we have youth every Wednesday, so their parents are going to take them, or they're going to catch a ride with somebody, and they're going to get to youth. We have children's, on Sunday and Sunday afternoon, Sunday night, and parents are going to get them there, and friends are going to get them there. College, you don't have. Now we know we have Central Alabama Community College here in our back door in Southern Union, and you can draw those kids, and they could probably make it on a regular basis. But we've got a ton of kids that are off at four-year colleges. And
Brett, is that the most vulnerable of all? The college of
I definitely
of
think,
all
I definitely
kids.
think it is. I mean, I think because, and again, think back to when we were those ages. I mean, just a lot of times your first opportunity to be on your own, and
you've always wanted that.
And and so and you get out there and you find out, hey, man,
I'm making the decisions.
Mom and Dad's not really there to reinforce me saying this or
Amen.
not doing this or whatever. And again, not saying your kids are going to go down a bad path. I am saying that they're going to have opportunities, and there's going to be things out there for them. And if they don't have a strong faith in Christ, and then have basically a good head on their shoulders, and even kids with good heads on their shoulders can be in situations where they can be persuaded or pulled through peer pressure. All that stuff.
There are people that want to lead them down the wrong
that's
path.
right. That's exactly right. So, we talk sports on this show some, and Tim Tebow, I watched that guy from high school through the time that he finished playing in the NFL to what he does now. And I watched a constant attack on him. Nobody's that good. Right. Nobody's that lily white as far as their reputation. Nobody is that pure.
Right.
We're going to dig and we're going to dive and we're going to try to figure out. He's got a skeleton somewhere.
That's right.
He's done something. Yeah. Coach, he took one punch after another.
Right.
And I'm telling you, and Tim Tebow, if he were here, would say, I'm not perfect. He said it millions of times when he's taught. But you can't find a guy that walked the walk as much as the talk. A lot of times people talk a good game, and I'm dead right there with them. I'll talk a good game on certain things, and then I'll look back and go, man, I just didn't do what I needed to do on that. I think a lot of us can fall in that category. But Tim Tebow talked the talk, but he backed it up with his walk. And he put himself out there to be, ridiculed and criticized, and people digging in his past. And, Coach, they never found anything and or anything of any merit anyway that would cause us to have doubt about Tim Tebow's faith. That's a true ambassador of God.
Amen. With the hidden agenda that we've been talking about in this show, that they don't want any Tim Tebows out there. They don't want anybody who lives out what they believe. They want to get every Christian is a hypocrite. you know, they're not living it. They want to find faults and failures because it strengthens their position.
It does.
It makes them feel more secure. And I know exactly what you're talking about. You got to live it.
Did you watch that?
I'm a Tim Tebow fan.
Did you watch that special on the Florida Gators when it came out on
bits and pieces?
Okay.
Of it, yeah.
There were a lot of crazy stuff going on at that time.
Yeah.
And you know, Tim Tebow had many. I thought about that when I was watching that show. He had numerous opportunities to be pulled down the wrong path. You know, he came.
Yes,
he came
did.
from.
I guarantee he did.
He came from a strong family,
Right.
a Christian family, and
He was homeschooled.
he did, and then played his football at Nice High School in Florida, but then went to Florida at a time where there was a lot of stuff going on, and a lot of people didn't know about until that documentary kind of came out, and then we've seen the stuff with Aaron Hernandez and all that kind of stuff. He was in the middle of all that, you know. And I've heard former players say, you know, Tim Tebow, when everybody else was out partying or doing something, he was in the weight room, or he was at his apartment, or he was leading a Bible study, or he brought some of our guys in and he saved them from going down a bad path. He was a positive light in the middle of a bunch of turmoil.
And on the field, competitive.
And it was the best player in the country.
Leader.
Well, he's the best player in the country.
That's right. That's
you
right.
know, and it's so hard to think that, man, that guy's got everything. There's no way he didn't, you know, stray a little bit or do something. And I'm not saying Tim Tebow, there's not a perfect human. So there's definitely things that I'm sure Tim Tebow could share with all of us that he probably is not proud of or that he made a bad decision on. But for the most part, he could have gotten totally reshaped, but he didn't allow that. The thing that he stood by his entire career is Christ.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
he never shied away from it. Right. And again, that was a prime example of what we're talking about here. Is high profile guy, could have been influenced. Everybody wanted to be around him. And he kept his eye on Christ. And
while we're talking about this wonderful subject, I'll throw another one out there. One of my heroes growing up I think he started and organized the first Fellowship of Christian Athletes at Auburn, and his name is Mike Colon. And Mike Colon was a Tim Tebow. He really was. He probably didn't have the platform that Tim had, but he lived it every day, and his nickname was Captain Crunch. Means he'll knock your head off.
That's exactly right.
But then he'd pick you up. And I've known Mike through FCA, you know, probably from a distance,
right,
more so than up close and personal. But one of my heroes, and he lived it, and he passed away within the past week or so.
Last week.
Yeah,
yep.
And man. You
played
cannot
football at Auburn from 67 to 69.
I got to watch that guy play, and my goodness.
Was part of the undefeated Miami Dolphins team. Was two-time Super Bowl champion.
Oh yeah.
Again,
he can play.
He set the standard.
You talk about down to earth, grounded, walk up to anybody. I mean, I've had 20-minute conversations with him, and him act like he's as interested about what I'm doing as I am about him. But he exemplified Christ in every way, and you just can't replace those shoes.
No.
A lot of us may be going to try, but Mike Colon was the best of the best. He was such a fine Christian. We're going to miss him. But he's getting his reward.
Oh, he fought the good fight here, and
Captain
he
Crunch.
did all God asked him to do, and then some. So you're right. We're up against our final break. We come back, we'll wrap the show up. One final segment right after this.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com, today.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice Motors.
All right, final segment here on Inside Cornerstone. Again, we want to thank our sponsors every single week for allowing us to be on the air. This money funds this show, and it also, part of these funds go to our Wednesday dinner on each and every week. So, again, really appreciate our sponsors for helping us bring these shows to you each and every week, bring a little bit of laughter to you, and hopefully a message that you can carry somewhere. But hey, look, I don't want to sell you short. I know I told you, I stopped you from telling the story you told last week, or actually two.
And
and you were like, well, I'm just
quickly.
Well, you look dejected over there. So I look like I crushed your spirit. So
what you don't know, Brett, is have you seen the commercial where the lady says, this thing about aging? I can't say that word that she says about it,
right.
But I think she's kind of right. So I get to tell a Jacob's Ladder story.
Here we go.
I'm dying to tell it.
All right, drum roll. All right, there you go.
So I go into a room where the wonderful friends from Jacob's Ladder have been there, and they've been eating quite a bit. There's cake and cookie stuff in there. So I just jump down there, and I get me a plate.
Sure.
And I'm getting up stuff and putting it on the plate.
Because you like sweets.
Yeah. And that happened, and I saw a bug.
Oh.
I saw a bug, and I got my neck. I put it on there. Well, this two little boys come up and said, "Hey, Mr. Billy." Again, that's how they say it. So,
right.
Hey, how y'all doing? They say, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm getting all this stuff up," and they saw me get that bug up too.
Right.
I'm getting all this stuff, and I'm putting it in a plate, and they said, "And you're gonna eat it?" I said, "No, I'm not gonna eat it. I'm cleaning up after you. You dropped it." I mean, you just never know.
You should have blew their mind and said, "Yeah, absolutely, I'm leaving. You never tried this?"
Yeah. Oh no, I know what happens at home.
They're gonna actually try the bugs.
Yeah,
So.
why are you eating that? Mr. Billy said it was okay. I mean, I got to be careful.
Yeah, they may say that anyway, right?
But I every day though, I mean, there's something.
I will say this: the Moses story would have been worth telling twice. It's pretty funny.
You don't have to say that.
No, it really would have. I mean, because it's pretty funny, to be honest. It tells you how kids say.
Yeah.
I mean,
more so than adults.
it's about they're as close to the innocence of anybody can be on this earth, and then they just call it like it is.
They
man.
do.
I mean, it's like, hey, they're doing wrong. I ain't forgiving them.
No.
Hey, I'm sorry.
No.
They had a choice. They made a bad choice.
This will stay on down at the bottom.
So you gotta laugh about that.
You do.
So, well,
you're gonna laugh if you hang around Jacob's Ladder now. You're gonna laugh.
Absolutely. Well, that's good.
And it's fun.
Hey, it's a lot better to laugh. So it's contagious.
Yeah, we think that on this show,
and
I don't
it's
apologize
scientifically
for it.
proven that laughter releases all these chemicals and endorphins and stuff, and you're healthier when you laugh.
Well, you know, at the Green Street service, we changed the program around, and I didn't catch it like I was supposed to, and so I cut off the anthem, and then we did the anthem, and then I cut something else off. Well, finally, I just turned around, looked at David back there, and said, "Man, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I messed that up." And he said, "Well, that was great. It went fine." You know, David, he's gonna always be positive.
That's right.
So I turned around, and everybody's out there just kind of like that. So I just said, now if the children will come up, I'd already done children's meeting.
Right.
So now I'll just die laughing. So I mean, there's room in the sanctuary for laughter.
Of course.
We have fun there too.
You gotta be able to laugh at yourself and each other, right?
Well, then we're going to be laughing a lot.
Yeah, well, we do on here. We do laugh a lot. All right, so a little preview. We won't get you to talk about the message in depth, but this coming Sunday for everybody, you're going to talk about NIL, and he's not going to talk about college football and basketball players going out and trying to sign deals with businesses. It's going to be but you're right. NIL, when you talk about what that stands for, name, image, and likeness, I'll just throw my 2 cents in before I hear what you got to say. We all have an NIL. We all walk around, our name, our image, our likeness. How are you viewed? How do others view you in your NIL? That's kind of what I took away from it when you gave me the tease. I don't know if that's where you're going with it.
Well, sir, that's part of it. It's when I started thinking about it and digging a little, I said, wait a minute. I started saying, gosh, that'll fit right there. And I started putting a lot of that stuff together. And, and me being a former coach, I'm so much upset with NIL. I mean, I don't think I could coach Brett. You sell your team that we're all the same in here. Everybody's important. I'm a coach that would get up and brag on the kids that never get to play, but work their tail off in practice to make the other guys better. And then all of a sudden, you're putting a financial worth on everybody in your dressing room, and they want to know how much this guy's making, and this guy's not getting enough. And then you look at that and you see within that same scenario a spiritual challenge that we do. So, I mean, I'm going to go and then I'm going to end up with the, Dabo Sweeney.
Right.
He doesn't like NIL.
At all.
I'm going to say this in the message.
He doesn't like
this is going to be in the message.
He doesn't like the transfer portal leader.
No, but he got up there in an interview and said, I like Dabo Sweeney. My allegiance is to another team, but I like Dabo Sweeney.
Right.
And he gets up there and says, well, a lot of you think that I don't like NIL. I said, I love NIL. You're mistaken. The difference is that our NIL is about God's name, image, and likeness. And of course, Freedom from Religion jumped on that.
Oh,
they
cool.
They went up to Clemson and tried to cause all kind of trouble. But yeah, at the end of the day, we're going to talk about God being our NIL.
It's
you know.
huge.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm looking forward to it. We'll see how it goes.
Should be really good.
And I'll repeat all this next week, by the way. So if you miss something here, you'll get it again.
Well, we do have the power of record. So if you just want to repeat everything, we'll just tape a show. We'll just
that's
rerun
true.
it.
Yeah, that's good.
So, but again, I think a lot of people can associate
Yeah.
with that. And again, most people in the sanctuary know what NIL means from the other side and how it has an impact.
I think it's important to try to take things that people know about and are interested in and apply it to our spiritual life. I'm sure I don't always do that like I'd like to, but that's always a goal, you know.
No doubt. But I'm looking forward to that. I think it's going to be great. And look, you know, we want to encourage you. Again, I think you said this Sunday, and we say it over and over on this show. We want you to, you know, be strong in your church, wherever it is
Absolutely.
that you are a strong force. But if you're looking for a church, we'd love to have you. If you want to visit, our services are at 9 and 11. We have a 10 o'clock Sunday school hour for small group. We call it small group. A bunch of different groups that you know, you're welcome to try and meet with people to see if you want to be part of that. And the 9 o'clock service is in the arbor. The 11 is in the sanctuary.
We've added seating in the arbor, so it's not going to be this thing that you don't feel like you got a seat or something like that.
Absolutely.
You got to be comfortable there.
You know, let's not lose focus too on what you said a couple of weeks ago about Easter Sunday, and you know, what's the sanctuaries, what's the churches in this country going to look like the week after, and then the week after that, or in, you know, 4 weeks, and then a month, and you know, that's our message.
Your church is defined, in my opinion, on the average worship service, and whatever that is.
Right.
But that is the key to the whole thing. I mean, Christianity is not 2 or 3 times a year. Christianity is when every time we meet, there needs to be a presence of the Holy Spirit, and you know.
We also have something else, just kind of some updates on some things that we have going on. Right now, we're taking pictures for our membership director. We got one.
Kane, do not transport any pictures over to the church, please.
Yeah, I don't know if that one will make it into the directory or not. So
it better not.
It could. You never know.
Well, then we're going to be missing all those. They're going to get stolen. I can tell you that.
But you can your family can take a picture this coming Sunday or on Wednesday, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
So check the website and the Facebook page for the times of that, and you know, again, we've grown tremendously and continuing to grow, and that's exciting. But felt like with this being the first year under our belt, I'm not saying we brought it up on the show, but I remember distinctly talking about it. When are we going to do a membership directory? And you said we got that on the agenda. That's coming soon. Well, soon's now.
Yeah, soon is now.
Soon is now.
Right.
So that we have the opportunity for you and you know, and your family and whoever to come in and get your picture taken, so you can be part of the first Cornerstone First Global Methodist Church membership directory.
I'm looking forward to
history.
I'm going to keep one with me at all times.
History. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, what is it?
Hey, man.
You're going to look like you look like Barney and Andy back there with the yearbook at the punch table. You know, everybody walks back up from the reunion, and he says the wrong guy, and he said, Barney, you're looking at the wrong line. Just put the thing down. So, all right, Coach, it's always fun. We're out of time again today, but we'll be back with you this time next week. And again, want to thank our sponsors. Thank all of you for joining us out there. Have a fun and safe rest of the week, and we'll see you next week. Thank you for watching.
God bless you. Thank you.
This is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area a team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice. Bice Motors.
For For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting criminal charges, Eric Blythe is here for you.
Whether it's Lake Martin, Lay Lake, or Logan Martin, boaters from all over the state of Alabama come to Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama, because it's worth the drive. With the best deals on unbeatable Suzuki outboards, Manitou and Landau Tritoons, and a great pre-owned inventory while they last. Alex City Marine is the pros the locals know. And no matter where you're from, when you're here, you're local to us. Alex City Marine, just off Highway 280 in Alexander City, Alabama. AlexCityMarine.com.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
As your State Farm team, we will be there for you with the financial strength to deliver on our promises. Service that's a sure thing. You can think of us as your good neighbors who help protect what's important to you. We're here when you need us the most. You can call us 24/7 to get answers to your questions, file a claim, or see if we can find you more ways to save. We have many coverages and many discounts. We can help protect more areas of your life and find every discount you qualify for along the way. Please call us or visit 2048 Cherokee Road for coverage you can count on.
Amanda Scroggins with RE/MAX Around the Lake will cover every inch of Lake Martin's 880 miles of shoreline to find your family's dream home. Amanda's experience is top-notch, and she is consistently a top 10 RE/MAX agent in the state of Alabama. Her love for her clients is sincere and from the heart. Call her today at 256-749-6634 or visit her website, amandascroggins.com, today.
For 30 years, Derek Blythe has built a reputation in the Alexander City area as the family attorney. He's always been passionate about fighting for his clients because he believes everyone deserves an advocate in their corner. People of his community deserve to have someone in their corner to fight for them. And he loves making lasting relationships with those people and their family. Whether you're seeking child custody, divorce, visitation, looking for compensation after being injured in a car accident, probating an estate, dealing with a contractual dispute, fighting criminal charges, Eric Blythe is here for you.
Medicine Express Family Pharmacy, located conveniently at the corner of Airport Drive and Highway 280 in Alexander City, offers friendly service, convenient drive-through service, and can answer any questions on prescriptions and vitamins. Local family owned with 30-plus years of pharmacy experience, they also offer compounding services, which includes personalized hormone replacement, therapies, and pain gels. And they accept most insurance and discount cards. Go see them today at Medicine Express Family Pharmacy.
Hi, this is Brian Bice with Bice Motors. With our all-star lineup of Dodge trucks, Jeep, SUVs, and Chrysler cars, we offer the area team dedicated to making your next vehicle purchase a positive experience. Our sales team offers competitive pricing, and we back up all sales with a service department second to none. Bice Motors also offers the area's best selection of pre-owned vehicles. Visit Bice Motors at 2133 Cherokee Road in Alexander City.
Guaranteed lowest price. Buy it at Bice.
Hey everybody, I'm Brett.
Billy?
And I'm Matt.
And we want you to join us each week for Inside Cornerstone. Coach, Matt, excited to have this show on every single day throughout the week leading up to Sunday.
Jesus Christ is going to be glorified in everything we do. You won't just be listening to messages. You're going to be hearing about things going on in our church.
And make sure you join us at our worship services 9 and 11 o'clock.
Join us each week right here on Inside Cornerstone on WAXC TV.